And a warm welcome to this week's edition of 401k Real Talk. This is Fred Barstein, contributing editor at wealthmanagement.com's RPA channel and CEO at Trow, TPSU, and 401k TV. I review all of this week's stories and select the most important and interesting ones, providing open, honest, and candid discussion you will not get anywhere else. So let's get real. First story, the IRA rollover train is gaining momentum, with LIMRA estimating that it will burgeon to $1.15 trillion in 2030, up from $855 billion in 2025 and $612 billion in 2020. The average size of rollovers has doubled to 220,000 since 2007. Overall, there is 16.8 trillion IRAs as of Q1 2025, according to the ICI, up 236% since 2007, compared to 12.2 trillion in DC plans, which grew 166% over the same period, and just 3.2 trillion in DB plans, which grew 23%. Workers are retiring at record numbers, with turnover and layoffs fueling the growth of rollovers. Some predict plan sponsors will allow or want to retain assets of separated employees through retirement income, but certainly not in plans under $500 million yet. The negated DOL rule might have stemmed the tide, while services like Pantera could help keep more assets in DC plans. Next story, Cerulli is predicting a surge in 401k plan formation, fueled primarily by micro plans, defined as those with less than 5 million. They project that 401k plans will exceed 1 million by 2029, with 92% in the micro market. That compares to 90% of the 806,000 plans in 2024. New plan formation is being fueled by state mandates and Secure 2.0 tax incentives, facilitated by group plans like PEPs. While payroll providers and fintechs are booming, ready to handle micro and startup plans, traditional record keepers and RPAs struggle as revenue is low, while plan terminations are high, causing some firms like Manulife John Hancock and JP Morgan to partner with fintechs like Vestwell. Like convergence, the explosion of micro plans will force many record keepers and RPAs to adapt, accelerating consolidation for those who do not, while attracting more wealth advisors and RIAs into the DC market. Speaking of RIAs, Cerulli has reported a surge in advisors joining aggregators, increasing from just 4,000 in 2018 to 12,000 in 2023. Aggregators offer competitive advantages like a full-service wealth management platform and help with compliance, technology, and succession planning. There are big differences between aggregators that allow advisors to retain their brand and independence, and those like CapTrust and Creative Planning that require full integration, as well as aggregators that sell a majority stake versus those that take minority, passive investors. Not mentioned as a benefit to joining an RIA aggregator is prospecting assistance, something RPAs can offer through their DC participant population. Next story, the private equity train is rolling down the tracks towards clients' 401k plans. Recent litigation failed to stand in the way. Empower has given it a strong nudge, and the full weight of the White House is about to be behind it. As the movement picks up steam and all three branches of government are thinking about private equity, advisors are likely to face more questions and in time demand. Read the brilliant column by leading ERISA attorney and former elite RPA, Matthew Eichmann, about what advisors should know about this asset class in his monthly column about what RPAs need to know about recent legal developments and how they can apply it to their practice to better assist clients and win more business. Finally, there are some DC pundits who claim there has been no or limited benefit to ERISA litigation with unsubstantiated reports that private equity is funding some of the cases. The issue is especially relevant with the new EPSA director, a former president of a firm that focuses on ensuring DC plans against these lawsuits and has been vocal about his disdain for them. Read my recent wealthmanagement.com column looking at both sides of the issues from plaintiffs and defendants counsel, as well as industry experts. So those were the most important stories from the past week. I listed a few others I thought were worth reading, covering Goldman launches private credit fund for DC plans. Managed accounts could spur greater saving rates for those who opt in. DeCalta issues guide for DC plans to evaluate private market investments, and why the US trails global peers in bringing private markets to DC plans. Please let me know if I missed anything or if you'd like to comment. Otherwise, I look forward to speaking to you next week on 401k Real Talk.